What is going on, everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of the Uplink. Today, I got with me my brother, Zach Mauricio Morris,
The usuals.
Avery, Tanner, Aves. And before we start off, you boys already know the bev check, what we drinking.
The wave.
We got the peach, lemonade, sparkling ice, water.
Absolutely.
What you got, Zach? What you got?
I got a Cabrona.
Hey. Well, I had some Captain Coffee, iced coffee, before our rec league match, but unfortunately it's empty and I forgot to make a new one, and it's 11:30 at night, so I don't think I will.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Shout out
Jesus.
Captain
You should.
Coffee. Buy some fucking coffee.
Absolutely.
Today we'll be recapping last week's matches. We didn't have to wait 3 weeks this time, so we love that.
Yeah. And we got more tomorrow.
And we got some Twitter drama that I'd like to talk about, see everyone's thoughts on that, and then we will do our predictions. So, recapping last week's matches. First off, we had FaZe versus Gorillas. 3-0 Bebop. LAG kind of did troll one or two maps, I believe. Like, the hard point was closed. Well, we didn't even get to see it, actually.
Control was
No, wait.
closed.
Oh, that was Sunday. Sunday, the broadcast was fucked up.
That was against Legion.
Yeah, so they were close games, but like FaZe is just better. Like LAG still got a little ways to go to be competing with FaZe, but LAG is looking a lot better than what people thought they would. They're probably a top 5 or 6 team right now. But
Yeah, I agree.
not much to go over in that game.
Borderline 6, probably like 7th, 8th.
And a lot of the pros and shit are saying that it's like they're like 5th best team, which I don't know if I agree with, but
I mean, I
I
don't
think
know.
Miami's
I
better
feel
than
like
them,
I feel like
but-
6 is a good spot
yeah,
because
6,
like
7.
it's hard to place them or Miami because it's like, I mean, LAG just got slammed by FaZe.
It's like who's the best of the mid?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I feel like 5th to 8th right now in the standings, you go Surge, Heretics, Gorillas, Breach. But like all 4 of those teams, I feel like are just one and the same to me.
Yeah.
Just how they've played.
Yeah, next up we had Toronto versus Seattle Surge, which our pick'ems, we had a 3-2 going to Seattle, but Toronto turned the fuck up and 3-0 beat Bob Seattle, not even close. 6-0 them in the Search. Envoy is not ass at this game.
What were we thinking though?
Well, Toronto just got 3-0'd by Boston. That's what we were thinking. And
I feel like we dug way too deep in the recency bias.
Yeah.
We
Well,
saw Envoy drop a 0.5, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
I also feel like all 3 of us just want this Surge team to be good,
They're just
and
a little
they've
bit,
shown it a couple times, but I don't know. They're just kind of in the middle right now.
Yeah. That's just how it
If
be.
you look at the numbers, the lowest. If we just look at KD, Scrub had the lowest KD of that series at a 1.22.
Yeah.
Damn.
Toronto slammed. Like,
Envoy
not-
had a 1.37.
Yeah.
So-
It's not close.
That'll do it.
Toronto's nasty. And then we had New York versus Rocker, which ended up being a 3-1. I don't know what map Rocker won. I'm assuming the hard point first.
I
hard
can
point?
look it up. I can
I don't have the numbers up right now, but
It was against Thieves or
New
someone.
York.
Someone.
Yeah. But New York,
They
Looking
won
nasty.
the terminal. They won the terminal hard point 250.
yeah. So yeah, Rocker looks pretty good at Terminal. They've taken it against a couple teams now, so that might well they're playing the old patch, so it doesn't matter. But it wouldn't matter if they were playing the new patch because the map is completely different now. But New York's taking care of business, man. I don't think they've lost a search yet. And Sib, I believe, absolutely fried that series, if I remember correctly. He had like
1.6.
yeah,
Yeah,
Sib
was
is
slamming.
him, bro.
Yeah, Sib was
Let-
fucking.
let's talk about that for a little bit, because when we at the beginning of the year we saw they made the change with Priesta and Sib, and we thought you get more kills, but they wouldn't quite be the same because we thought Preston was like the perfect fit for that team in his role. But
Yeah.
right now, in the early stages, they've been proven right, and this move has made
Oh, they look
Yeah.
gross.
tons of dividends, and it's they have not missed a beat. Granted, I think even with Priesta,
They still
are
would
in the
be
same
good if they had
spot.
Preston, yeah.
But
Yeah.
Sib you're getting the same amount of production plus more with the extra kills that Sib is.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like it allows like Skies, like the rest of them to not have to, obviously not have to get as many kills. But
Yeah, That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say specifically Skies. I feel like last season, obviously, Kismet and I mean Hydra's a constant,
Yeah.
but like obviously Kismet and Skies last year had a crazy like whole season. Um, Kismet is always interactions, kills, and whatever. I feel like Skies, not that he overperformed last year, but he was performing every single like all the time. And now with Sib bringing that, he doesn't super have to. He can maybe play a little more of like the Preston role of like sitting back a little bit, maybe playing a little less risky because Sib is pulling that weight as well.
We were wondering
But
how that was gonna like work with who's gonna take on like
The dirty work stuff.
is it gonna be like dirty work by committee and not one person does that, but it's been a collective and it's like they have not missed a beat. If anything, they've like done better. Like, if you have Kismet having the lowest KD, if we're like KD's it, not everything obviously, but like if you have Kismet at the lowest KD of a 0.95, you're doing something right.
Yeah, you're doing something right for sure.
New York's undefeated, and you can argue obviously OpTic went 2 round 11s with them. We saw Shotzi's trolling, but they still close it out. So they're undefeated in search. So we will see if that will stay intact against Boston next week. Saturday started off with Miami versus Seattle, which we had Vamos taking it, and there's some controversy in this match. Seattle ended up winning it 3-2, but Seattle yet again with the breaking GAs. They had 2 smokes.
I heard that was corrected though.
They had 2 smokes.
One of the trophy thing.
Yeah.
The trophy thing.
They
They were all running trophies, but supposedly only 2 of them were throwing them.
Which is not how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to have 2 trophies, 2 dead silence. But
oops.
Yeah, so that was the one that was quote unquote debunked.
Yeah.
Okay. But no, there. I mean, there's literal proof that they had
threw 2 smokes.
2 people running smokes.
Yeah.
It was Hook and
Arcides. Arcides smoked top plat on Skid Row, and Hook used it Godstairs side when he was in the gunfight.
Yeah, and people were trying to debunk that of like, oh, did he think he had a stun or something? But like the way he threw it, well, regardless, the way he threw it was not how you would throw a stun.
Yeah. He threw it at his feet. He threw it at his feet to try to get the smoke to cover him so he could run away.
Yeah, he tried to ninja vanish.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is I like broke the rules in the rec league game because I have that trophy.
Yeah, you weren't throwing it though. The rec league just says try to abide by that because they know people. It's too hard to take track. Like it's way too hard to track. But yeah. So Seattle is, I don't know. Like
it's a good match though.
Yeah, it was a good match. The punishment now is
I heard
no week of scrims and no warm up the day of your match. But I've heard that they're not really caring about the double smoke, which I believe they should. But they already, I don't know if they didn't have practice last week because the single tap GA thing.
They said they didn't have like.
They didn't warm up.
I know they didn't get. I didn't know they had a warm up.
Yeah, I don't know if they got practice though.
I mean, double smoke or quadruple trophy aside, I'm looking at a 1.3 for Abuza.
Yeah, that guy was fine.
I mean,
Hook with a 1.2.
Yeah, Hook's been looking really good, but this is Miami's first loss of the season, which they're a lot of.
Hey, they didn't get slammed.
They did not get slammed, but BO4 is like the same thing. It's like they can beat the really bad teams, but when it comes to the mid-pack teams, they can be the best of the mid, and we have not seen them play a top 4 team yet, which they will next week with OpTic.
Yeah,
but
they will truly be the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it just must be a Miami thing.
I mean, hey,
they look good.
Just,
they definitely could have won.
Yeah.
They could have won the series. They made a couple mistakes, and I'm sure they fixed. And the thing I just like about Miami is like they're a fucking team, dude. Like they are one, like good friends. They're two, like they bring the Spanish, like I guess football, soccer, like type of camaraderie type thing. Like they huddle up, like they take this shit seriously, and like I just think their teamwork is the reason why. It's like LAG, bro. Like even Diamond comment in his interview, he's like, yeah, we might not be the most talented, but like we're out working, our teamwork, we're hanging out outside a game, like that type of thing. Like the camaraderie between the team, like actually being a fucking team. Like Scrappy even says it. He was telling about Carolina. He's like, dude, Carolina's not they don't care. Like they're not a team. Like they're just playing solo and like that. It just doesn't work, especially in like a game like this. But Miami's first L. Moving on, we had Boston against LAG, which we had Boston taking it 3-1, but it ended up
Dude,
being
what is
LAG
We
winning
we
3-1.
keep picking Boston to win the first match of their weekend if they had 2 games. They always lose it, and then they win the second against the team who didn't think it was going to win.
Your mic's fading in and out.
Yeah, I was gonna say you sounded
Oh.
really quiet for a second there.
I was gonna say like every time Boston has 2 matches in a weekend, we always think they're gonna win the first and lose the second. It's always the reverse.
Yeah, they always lose the first one, the second. Yeah.
And they always lose to the first match is always the team we think they're just gonna beat.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah,
LNG
I
looks
mean-
good, man. Estriel, I'm pretty sure popped off that series. I don't know if he have his KD
Yeah.
pulled up. But
Estriel,
Estriel's looking really good.
Estriel 1.04, so 1.0 for Estriel, but I mean, yeah, no, he was making plays. I remember watching this match and thinking
He's nice.
him and Diamond Con were
Dude,
making
Diamond Con's
plays.
really good at this game, dude.
Yeah,
Shout
they
out
were
that
making
guy looks
plays.
Shout out Fame with a 1.3 as well.
That's
Yeah,
who
I
had
mean,
popped
holy
off
shit.
that game. It was Fame, because Fame had not been
Fame,
looking
yeah,
good,
I
and he
don't-
ended up finally having his pop-off series. That's what it was.
I mean, all green on the LAG side. I mean, has that actually even ever happened before in the history of the franchise? Everyone in a positive KD
Only when they play.
after-
Only when
after
they
a
play
match?
LA Thieves.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe
But,
Legion last year too.
Maybe Legion.
I mean, then you look on the other side. Not that he had a stinker, but Snoopy had a 0.7.
Yeah,
I mean,
Snoopy didn't play well.
obviously
but then
KD's not everything.
he came
The
back
guy-
against Miami though, on
yeah,
Sunday,
yeah.
and he was
Yeah, he
popping
did.
off.
Yeah, and in the interview as well. If you after their W, when we get to that, obviously, but you know, he spoke on that a little bit of kind of what you guys were saying of like the camaraderie type thing, working together, trying like all of them trying to get better
Yeah,
as a team.
Boston's still trying to
And
figure out.
I mean, and it shows like switching up maybe not the roles, but like certain plays, certain gameplay when it comes to like him flying at people and whatever. Because why wouldn't you throw that guy at people? I mean, look at him on the map. I mean, he's Hydra, he's Shotzzy, just fucking flying at Simp, flying at people, winning gunnies.
A lot of people compared him to Shotzzy when he was coming up, so I was like, okay, well, he just has to learn to tame it, which Shotzzy still is trying to learn that. But it's just that type of play style, man. You just want to hit everything, and then it's just the
Well, I mean,
Was
when
it
you're a
the
walking
double-edged
two-piece,
sword?
it's hard not
it's a
to.
double-edged sword because you make the play. It might be stupid, but if you get the 2 kills, you're a god. If you don't, you look like a moron. Like it's just the game
Yeah.
they play.
It's like you just kind of have like with that kind of play style. If you're like a teammate or like
Your teammates have
coach or
to
a
be
fan.
there to trade and everything.
Well, not even that. It's like if you're a teammate or a coach, a fan of Boston, you kind of just have to accept at this point, like Snoop, because of how Snoopy plays. It's kind of like baseball with a power hitter who hits like $190 but has 40 bombs and strikes out a lot.
Mhm.
It's kinda like
He's gonna have his stinkers.
He's gonna have his stinkers, but you know it's gonna be like a max for
Yeah.
every time.
Like-
He's gonna freaking. He could be like 0-5 in a search, and he's still gonna be like.
Yeah, he's
flying,
still
but, like,
still
nothing
running
changed.
mid, bro.
Yeah,
He's like,
I
now
mean-
we'll just go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, on top of talking high about Breach, even though they lost, I mean, it's nice to see LAG being not
be
dog shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's really not, and it being
But
and
guess
it being
what? They
like,
still don't have a social team. Lag
yeah,
liners.
whatever. But
don't
like, and
have
it being
anybody.
like a rookie in Estriel, and then 2 guys who had a shot, and then their shot went away, and now they're back and they're performing in Diamond Con and Fame. It's nice to see them performing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, good match, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, it's a pretty good match for LAG there. Close first hard point, but pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with teams like LAG, it's like the one concern is like with these kinds of teams, they get really hot early and then just like become
yeah, they'll fade off.
abysmal.
It's
So
like a
hopefully they can
challengers
keep
team,
this
bro.
some sort of exactly. It's like can they like sustain any sort of like maybe not even at like a crazy high level.
Can they
but
make
just
champs?
some sort of balance.
Did
I hope
LAG
so.
ever make champs other than MW19? Like I don't think so. They won a
Yeah, I don't
major
know.
in fucking Vanguard and missed champs, bro.
Shout out Volk.
Yeah, shout out Volk. Next up, we had LA Thieves versus Toronto, which blow it up bowl. Not blow it up bowl, but LA Thieves, dude. They got to make some changes, dude. They look like ass. I don't even know it. They
Yeah,
won
they
the
don't-
search off a god play by Ghosty. I'm pretty sure. That should have never happened. And that's
I
the only
mean,
map they won.
yeah, I mean, and it looks like the control was like maybe kind of close. I don't remember what it looked like.
I'm pretty sure it was Invasion. So probably went round
Yeah, it
5.
was Invasion. It was Invasion. Scrap 1.2. Envoy 1.3 on that map.
Yeah, Envoy's
So,
looking like
and
he's
then
back.
Afro with the highest KD on LAT at a 1. So, yeah, I mean, LA Thieves don't look great.
No.
They
I
look
mean,
way worse than I thought they were gonna look at this point.
I just feel like I don't know what needs to change, but I don't know. Like I feel like at its core, Cammy and Afro shouldn't have stayed together.
No.
That's just me.
They were.
Cammy's
That's
playing
just me.
okay though, no?
Cammy's playing like ass.
I mean,
None of them are
Afro
playing good, bro.
Afro had a 1.
But I thought
this
like out of like
match.
the 4, like Cammy was kind of like staying afloat a little bit.
No, dude.
No?
I don't know. None of them look good, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean they
There's
all
like-
have their
it's
little
just no
moments,
teamwork.
but
Feels
yeah,
like there's
it-
no
boy.
teamwork.
it doesn't look great. I don't know. I don't know.
187 overall for Cammy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. None of them look good, bro. But yeah, LA
But,
Thieves probably have to
on
make
the
some
other
changes.
On the other side, Toronto is slamming.
Yes, they are back.
They're insane to scrap a 1.4. Holy shit. I mean,
Guys,
might be looking at Aves might be, or Aches, he might be right.
Yeah, they all
this
look,
might
they,
be
they
our
looked good
2024
last year at
champs.
champs, and then New York came out and said, "Yeah, hold my
Yeah,
beer,
that's true.
Scrappy."
Nah, that's
4-0.
true. Yeah, but now they have
Bop.
Envoy, bro. They have the Prince.
That's true. But moving on, Toronto's nasty. Top 4. We had Vegas versus OpTic. Which what the fuck, OpTic?
Nah, they made it interesting. I like it.
See, yeah, but like they literally said, Kenny made his video. He's like, "Yeah, we kind of ego chow them taking bad side Skid Row, and they paid the price." And they're like, "Yeah, we're not gonna let that happen again." I'm like, "Good," because even though it's like they're still professional teams, bro. Vegas, yeah, they have a lot of talent. Purge looked pretty good that series compared to other series this year, but Vegas can't win a fucking control to save their life, so they're never gonna 3-0 anybody. And if you let a good team like OpTic, you go up 2 on them, you gotta fucking close them out. If you're like
it's crazy we say that with like Legion not winning controls. I'm pretty sure like last year
they can never win a control. That was their problem last year too. Like I don't get it. Is it a standy problem? I don't fucking know.
But they
just
couldn't
can't
win a
win
control
control.
before Sandy even got on the team.
I don't know. Vegas is just cursed with winning controls. Like I don't know. But OpTic ended up coming back and they kind of slammed them in the last 3 maps of the series.
I mean the terminal HP wasn't slammage, but it wasn't close.
Yeah, Kenny brought the series back. It was his mom's birthday that day, and he's like, boys, we cannot lose this fucking series. It's my mama's birthday.
Yeah,
and he popped off in that control.
16K Dammy for Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny's been honestly their best player in my opinion this whole year.
Oh, 1,000,000,000%.
Him and Fred, like, I mean, Dashy's just playing differently, which is nice. He's not the kill whore that everyone said Dashy is, but he's been playing a lot differently and better for the team. But yeah, OpTic only had the 1 match this week. They won it. They're 4-1 or 3-1.
Yes, they're 4-1.
They only play Miami next week. No, they would have 2 games next week. They have Miami and FaZe next week. But yeah, OpTic kind of.
Speaking of FaZe, speaking of FaZe, slammage again.
Yeah, we didn't even Sunday. Like the Columbus studio had a snowstorm that hit Zach and I couple days before it hit Columbus, which they lost power, so we weren't even able to see the only close map of that series, which Vegas made it interesting. I think it was like 250, 225 or something. Raza apparently had a 3-piece or something to clinch the game. I don't know, but we couldn't see it. Yep. But then, yeah, FaZe kind of just smoked them, and it wasn't close. So, yeah. Vegas, I don't know if they need a change. If anything, you're probably switching Purge for somebody just for some more kills, but I don't know. That team should be better.
I feel like Purge or Nero.
Yeah, Nero.
I mean, Nero.
I don't know if Nero's standy work good, but again, it's like hard to tell because it's not a 2-sub game right now.
Yeah,
like it's not even a sub duo on half these maps, which is just
more like two ARs and possibly like hodgepodge of which sub runs what.
But I don't know if Vegas is gonna make a change. I can see him sticking it out another major. We'll see how they do on land, but they're gonna start in losers. But next up, we had Carolina Royal Ravens against Minnesota Rocker, with Minnesota finally getting their first win, with TJ Halley stepping in for the Carolina Royal Ravens, which, fun fact, I don't know if you guys even noticed this, TJ Halley in the Invasion Control had the same amount of kills GODRx had the whole fucking series.
No fucking way.
At 33.
Oh my god.
which we will talk
And
more
that-
on GODRx after
And
the
that's
recap.
why that
Oh
motherfucker
my
was sent to the
fucking
shadow
Yes.
realm. He went
But
straight
Minnesota
into
3-0
Jesus.
bopped them. Happy for Minnesota to get their first win. I didn't really catch much of that because it was just it's blowing up bowl. Both teams are not good, but yeah, Carolina needs to win next week to possibly have a chance in winners bracket. I believe they do play. Who are they? I don't know who they play. We'll get there. But Minnesota is pretty much guaranteed. I mean, they have 1 win too, but there's a chance a 2-win team gets to the winners bracket just with how all these fucking matches are going. The league is very top heavy right now. Like top 4 teams are just the best, and then you have the mid, like 2 or 3 teams like Seattle, Miami, LAG, and then you have shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically how it is.
Speaking of shit,
LA
LA
Thieves
Thieves got
Wait.
slammed again.
Wait, before we move on real quick, shout out Lens. in that
Yes,
series
Lens
as
was
well.
looking
Yeah,
really good on the
Lens
roster.
had
absolutely.
himself again.
That
himself
motherfucker
a
needs
match.
help, bro. Lens needs some help. Accuracy needs to fucking take the GODRx route and retire. Anyways,
Golly.
Accuracy had a good series.
yeah, but dude, it's fucking Lamar, dude. Like,
I'm saying he had a decent.
yeah.
He wasn't dropping 33 kills a whole match. You know?
Yeah, that's true. We'll go to New York versus LA Thieves, or New York 3-1. Did Thieves take the control?
Yep.
Okay. Was it invasion?
Yep.
Okay. Doesn't matter. Irrelevant. LA
Everything
Thieves
else
got slammed.
Everything else wasn't
Be
terribly
surprised.
close.
LA Thieves, I don't know, man. Something's got to fucking change because Scrappy's saying they're actually not bad, a bad team, but then they like go to. He's like, it's just LA, bro. Like the internet sucks. I'm like, yeah, but we'll see what they do on
Bro,
land. They could make.
I don't give a fuck
They have
what the
1 win,
internet
bro.
is, dude. I don't give a fuck what the internet is. They lost this S&D 6-1. That's not internet.
And
I don't know what to tell
You
you.
can't even bitch about internet because the pings are like balanced, and you had fucking
I
Seattle
don't know
playing
what to
from
tell you.
Vancouver against Miami, who's in fucking Florida. You think their pings were good, bro? Probably
Yeah,
not.
Like I don't know what to tell you.
Like adapt, bro.
Unless they
Fuck.
got like a way better server, but yeah.
They probably played Colorado, is my guess. The Seattle, Miami. They probably played the Denver server. But last match of the weekend was Miami versus Boston, which we had Miami taking 3-2. Boston ended up beating them 3-1, which Zinni on Scump's watch party was like, I'm going to take Boston because I just think that their slower play style is going to kind of counter how Miami plays. And it kind of did. And Snoopy popped off, which I don't know if Snoopy doesn't pop off, they win that series, but he did. And Miami gets their second loss, going 0-2, bringing them to 4-2 in the league right now. So I believe they have 1 match, or do they have 2 next?
Herod-
There's
Herod-
3-2.
3-2.
The 3 and 2.
But they should be in
I-
winners bracket.
I will say, looking at both of these losses, not that the other 3 had stinkers by any means, but Vickle had a positive KD. Both losses.
Vickle's looking really good. I
Vickle
think
is looking
Metals
really
had a
good.
pretty bad weekend, is what some of the casters and Frank was
Um,
saying. That Metals didn't really have a good weekend.
But good match, close match. Honestly, close match. Fun to watch. Good for the Boston guys. They needed this one. They needed this one heavy.
Yeah, because now they go into next week playing New York to clinch winners bracket for their home major, which they want desperately because you do not want to have a home major and play possibly only 1 series. You just don't want that. You want to at least get 2.
Yep.
But
I will say Boston is pissing me off.
bro, I don't know if it's like Capsule
Because-
Snoopy. Like I don't know.
It's like
Preston
the
popped off that Miami
consistency.
series, if I remember though.
He did well in both series, but like
Yeah.
like if Boston can just find some sense of consistency, it's like we go into every match. It's like, what kind of Boston team do we get today? Do we get because like if to me they're either like decent in all 3 modes, even if they're not winning them, they look like they have an idea. They're not completely lost,
It's
and then
close,
like
yeah.
on all 3 modes. And then there's other games where it's like, do they like have they never played these modes before? Like they just don't.
I mean, you can even go back
Outclassed.
to week 1, bro, where they should have beat FaZe.
Yes, and they should beat Seattle too, in my opinion.
Like we
It's
could
like
be
these-
talking like Boston a top 5 team, but instead we're talking Boston, what the fuck are you doing?
They
That's
either
just
look really
confident.
good in all 3 modes, or they look really bad.
Yeah. But that's it for
we at?
predictions. Let's move on to some Twitter topics
Predictions?
here.
Prediction.
Or recap. Sorry, my bad. Ah, shit.
Christ. It's the Jinxie cam.
Yep. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's on the wrong monitor. That's why. All right, here we go. There we go. We're back. L producer. Any users. Game battles closed. January 14th.
Yeah, man.
Don't hate me, but I've never played a single thing of game.
I didn't
battles
play
in my
most
life.
game battles. I played more UMG and then CMG because the site's just easier to navigate.
No,
but
nah, Nick. We were on the game battles grinding COD Ghosts.
that was UMG. We didn't. It wasn't on GB. We played UMGs.
Fuck you. I thought that was GB.
But I did, bro.
not bad.
Back in MW3, original MW3. I don't even know what year that was. Like 2010, 2011. I don't know.
Probably like, I don't know, 97.
I don't know who told me what was Heinz, or I just found it myself, or maybe it's an ad in MW3. I came across game battles, not knowing what the fuck it was. My 10-year-old self was like, "Yo, Cole, let's make a game battles team, bro." Never happened because I don't know what the fuck I was doing. But the fact game battles shut down is just fucking sad. Like it's just sad, bro. Like that's how COD competitive came up, man. This makes me sad. But next up, we got a little clip here that we gotta listen
Do
to.
you
and
think
comment on.
Biffle
Oh,
could do
yeah.
pretty well in the CDL?
Of course. he
Wait,
could.
before we
a lot of CDL
before we
players
listen,
always-
oh, I guess you're playing it right now. I'm sorry, I have the stream muted. I was gonna say, who the fuck even are these guys?
I can tell you.
Like, not that I'm
They're
someone,
a
because I'm
casual
definitely
Call of Duty
not. But who?
podcast
Oh,
that
okay.
I've listened to, like when I was bored at work and wanted to find a podcast. I was looking up like other COD podcasts other than the Flank. I found these guys. First episode I listened to, I'm like, these guys are fucking morons. But
Do you think
you
Biffle
All right.
could do pretty well in the CDL?
Of course he could.
Hey,
a lot of CDL players
yeah.
always think they can't. I constantly see that argument. CDL players are always like maybe Biffle could compete, but he wouldn't even be close to a top player in the league. And it's like they think he doesn't have the skill set. I'm sorry, I'll never agree with them, and I'll never fully understand their reasoning. But I think being the best Warzone player in the world is way more skillful than being the best CDL player in the world. Maybe
I
that's a hot
agree.
take for CDL players, but they act like there's so much strategy. You sit there and hold an angle and wait for some guy to run around the corner. How do you think Biffle would not be able to do that? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. And
You literally sit there and hold an angle.
yes,
It's not that hard. So much more thought goes into playing Warzone. So much
Does
more
he not watch
strategy
competitive
over the
Warzone?
length of the match.
Do you think Biffle?
Yo, they're running around with fucking LMGs, dude.
they're playing fucking plumbers that get home from work and put on their fucking ACOG MCW and sit in a fucking corner, bro, that throw a bouncing Betty at their feet. Like, I'm sorry, bro.
I mean, don't get me
Adam-
wrong. Don't get me wrong. To be a good Warzone player, you do have to be good at the game, and there is strategy.
Yes.
There is.
Yes.
But that's
But to say that the CDL doesn't take strategy is fucking
No,
nuts.
did we just preempt corners? Me and Abe
It's
just preempted a
fucking
corner for
nuts.
an hour and a half, right, Abe? So that's all we
Yeah.
did, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, I just sat in
but
the
if
hell
everyone's
wide, 8
pre-aiming
kills in the
corners,
sub
then
base.
why would anyone ever run in front of your sights?
It's like, dude, Adam AP, I think it was Adam Esso was on the Flank on Friday or something. He was talking like
Holy shit!
there were 48 CDL pros, right? Is that the math? I think that's the math, right? 12 times 4. Abe's your
Yeah.
quick math.
Yeah.
48 players, and they average about COD to have 4 million. 0.000012% is in the CDL. The top players in the world.
Yep.
They just hold frames.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, and Zuma was talking about this, is like the disconnect between people. They think watching, like they watch CDL, they're like, oh, that's easy, I could just go do that. When you can't. 2, you think you can. And 3, even if you think you're doing it right, you're probably making a dumb play. That's fucking
Mhm.
something up on the map.
It goes
Mhm.
back to like my toxic trays thinking I can do that.
Yeah, like it's just like, like, yes, and it's funny because they use the exception, is what the Flank was saying as well. Like Biffle is the probably one exception that could go to the CDL and perform
Biffle
because he's disgusting.
good,
He's
yeah.
1v1
Yes.
plenty of pros, beat them. Like obviously 1v1s don't mean anything, but he's got the gunny, bro, and he's
Yes.
probably not a dumbass and can figure out respawn.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like, if, don't get me wrong, Warzone players could become CDL players. They could,
Mm-hmm.
and CDL players
And definitely.
can
Scump literally went
and
into
will
Warzone.
and do go and hop into Warzone and dominate in Warzone.
Scump has
Okay.
literally proven that. He literally went to.
Yeah.
He won that 1v1 one solo dolo bullshit. Won $100,000. Not played
Yes.
Warzone for months. Jumped in Warzone and won the fucking tournament. Like
Well, and also who has like kill records in Warzone? It's fucking.
Pros.
It's like
ex-pros.
it was like Preston, Abizi, and whoever the fuck else.
It was like Preston, a BZ,
was Simp in there?
Celium,
and somebody else.
and then
Was it Mike?
oh, it was. Oh, what's his name? I think he was from the Sidemen.
Oh, somebody else. Either way.
Oh, I think you're right.
The thing is, you can drop
Vicstar?
Atlanta FaZe into a private match Warzone with a bunch of Warzone kids. They're getting shit on.
Yeah.
Like it's RNG, but if they get their loadouts, they're probably shitting on everybody in that lobby. Like,
Yeah.
People just don't understand how good these CDL players actually are.
Vicstar.
It was
Yeah.
Vic. You're right. Like Warzone is it's pubs, dude. Like you're literally playing against random people.
Yeah, but that's not like that anymore, though.
Regardless, saying
Just-
that
they
the
do more
CDL
custom.
takes no skill is fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's
that's
disrespectful.
like
bro.
that sentence of
You hold
like
an
that
angle.
that it takes no skill is fucking
Like,
insane.
bruh. Like what the fuck, dude?
It's fucking crazy.
I almost
like, what
listened
do
to
you-
their
what do you think-
podcast to try to
bro,
find
what do you
this
think-
clip and be like, what the fuck? Like even brought it to this.
Bro, what do you think people like pro Valorant players do? We're in a game where you literally can't sprint.
Well, that's the thing
Like-
that Aches was saying is like, see, COD is just so catered to the casual player. It's not like Valorant, where you're playing Valorant, you're playing competitively. Even if you're just playing casual, like it's still
Yeah.
competitive. Like it's
No,
just built
I
for
hear you,
that.
but I'm saying like you can't like you sure can you ego chow or whatever in Val? Yeah, in a certain way, but like for the most part, you're just holding your angle, and whoever has the most game sense and better aim is gonna fucking win.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the
Uh-huh.
same. It is the same thing in COD, except you may or may not have fucking Shotzzy flying at you. Like,
Just saying that Warzone's harder than the CDL. Like, dude, I don't know if he did that to bait for interactions. Like, I don't fucking know, bro. But it obviously worked.
I'll tell you this though, I feel like if you put Bethel in like Carolina or like Thieves, are instantly better.
Yeah, probably. I
say
wouldn't be
instantly,
surprised.
but
No, they are already better.
If you trade him out for the right person, yeah, probably. You're probably not wrong.
yeah, but get
Throwing
on,
someone in there who's just gonna fucking like
run around and get kills.
yeah, run around and get kills and like probably just
I
be
mean,
shouting out like or calming like a crazy
Didn't
person.
the kid that won the Warzone thing last year, like the LAN thing, like he said, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Challengers," and like shit on
He
everyone.
just
pretty
got
much. He said,
shit on.
He's ass.
He got
He's not even
slammed.
on the top team. Like
That's funny.
I'm pretty sure they were watching him play like Search, bro, and like he was lost.
Oh, I believe
Damn.
Like it's just not as easy as people think. Like, this is what it is. Also, W Boston Breach ranked play got delayed, and they said that they had decided to delay ranked play until Las Vegas Legion starts in the winners bracket. It might be a while.
Good lord. Good lord.
But yeah, could talk about the patch, but that could be a minute. So we might take next week and talk about the patch once all the finishing touches are done to it. But rank did come out today. It's pretty fun. It's nice to have it. But yeah, and then we have this news. The rotation tweets that Decimate, Gunless, Classic, and Paul X have signed up for Cup 1 as the Subliners Academy.
Yeah. Big P.
Yeah. So, which is interesting, though, because I'm pretty sure Classic's still a sub of FaZe. I don't know if that's still a thing, but the biggest
really?
news, I think he is. I don't know if that's still a thing, but I thought he was. The biggest news, though, today was Felony replacing GODRx. GODRx has retired from competitive Call of Duty after dropping a whopping 0.5 probably overall this year.
Jesus.
But-
7, I think.
I feel bad for him, dude, because he got dropped on his ass in MW19 after frying on LAN. COVID happened. He wasn't great online, and then he got thrown to Challengers, was one of the top Challengers players for like 3 years. Finally made it back, and just it didn't work out, which just sucks, but sucks for him. But I'm excited to see Tyler Fellow back, bro.
Yeah,
Tyler
man.
Fellow, he's got like top 4 at every champs he's played at. And I
Bro,
think-
and that I mean, and fellow's a gamer, bro. He might
grinds, bro.
yeah, he's a grinder, bro.
Oh yeah. So I'm
How
happy. I'm
much
excited to see
better
him this
do you
weekend,
think?
bro. I don't know if
How much-
TJ is playing this weekend.
I heard not, I believe.
I don't think so either. I think it'll be
How-
Real, but
how much better is Carolina with Fellow?
I
I mean,
think-
we haven't seen him play, but
I don't know
think
if it's
they're
like.
significantly better because one.
See, I was gonna
GODRx
say I
played
don't
like
know.
a fucking turtle, bro. Guy was slow
I mean,
as hell.
I hope they're a lot better. I love seeing Clay get W's, bro.
Yeah. I will have to see when we do predictions, which is right now. But I'm excited to see them play because Felony's him and Clay are a little duo. They're good friends in real life, which friendship league, whatever, fuck them. I don't think anyone else would have taken this opportunity to go to arguably the worst team in the league. So you got to tip it to Fellow for even giving it a shot because many Challengers players would say hell no. But
which is really dumb on their part.
dumb. Some would say it's smart, but it's pretty fucking stupid.
The odds of you getting like mid-season on a good team is so slim because if they're already good, why would they get shit?
Exactly.
Like,
But let's move into the pick'ems, baby. Predictions, week 4. Here we go. LAG versus Minnesota Rocker. I'm going LAG 3-1.
Oh shit. Yeah, I can live with that. I can live with that.
I have LAG 3-2.
3-2. What's the generator got?
We got
Oh, you don't have him pre-rolled this time?
LAG 3-1.
All right, we'll stick with that then. Miami versus OpTic. See, part of
3-0
me-
Vamos.
I don't think that's happening. I think OpTic takes this in a 3-1.
I was gonna say 3-2. I feel like Heretics are gonna keep it. It's gonna be a nail biter.
See, part of me wants to say Miami's going to win it because OpTic's going to do some stupid shit, but I think OpTic's going to want to close out this week 2-0 to get a top seed and not having to end up possibly playing a top 4 team off the rip. Because if you're thinking you're OpTic, bro, if you lose to OpTic, if you lose to Heretics and FaZe, you're 4-3. Like that's potentially a 5-6 spot.
I think Heretics is winning one of their matches this weekend, and yeah, I don't think it's gonna be the OpTic one, but I do think it's gonna be close.
So you got 3-2. Aves, what do you got?
What do I have? I have OpTic 3-1.
Okay.
Generator.
The generator has Heretics 3-1.
All right. We'll go game 5. We'll go game 5 there. Oh, we got a fucking banger. Toronto versus New York.
This one will be very good.
Oh shit!
New York hasn't lost a
Oh
S&D,
my
and I don't
God.
think Toronto's lost a hard point other than that Boston game.
Toronto 3-2.
I was thinking the same thing. Toronto
Awesome.
game 5.
I have Subliners 3-2.
What's the generator got?
Ultra 3-0.
All right, Toronto 3-2. All right, 3-0. Moving on. LAG versus Miami.
Are we missing one? I thought it was
Wait.
Ultra Legion.
Oh.
It is Ultra Legion, but 3-0 Toronto. Moving on.
No, it's gonna be a 3-1. Vegas is gonna rip a map. They always do.
No, they don't. They got piss slammed by FaZe.
Shut up.
I
Unless it's FaZe.
I got 3-0.
LAG Heretics 3-1.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I think Heretics bounce back for their final match and beats LAG 3-1.
Maybe they drop the S&D or something, maybe, or the control.
Actually losing a hard point.
Maybe.
I have Heretics 3-1.
All right. So we're all good
Fun
for
fact
that.
for the Ultra Legion, the generator has Legion 3-2.
Oh, that'd be something, huh? All right, Minnesota versus Seattle Surge. I got Surge in a 3-2. Game 5. I think Minnesota's starting to look a little better. So I'm going to give
Minnesota 3-1.
Okay. Aves?
I have Surge 3-1.
Generator?
I keep putting my faith in Surge, and they keep losing.
That's fair. See, Minnesota needs to win one of these two to have a chance, a slight chance at winners bracket. I'm saying 1-2 win team might get into winners. Like that's just my how it be.
I'm reverse psychologying this. I'm gonna say Rocker 3-1.
The generator has Rocker 3-1.
I might stick with Seattle Surge 3-2 for the pick 'em
I
here.
think. Wait, what did I say?
You said 3-1 Surge. I'm gonna stick with Surge 3-2 for the pick 'em here. FaZe versus Carolina. All right, moving on. 3-0
GODRx
FaZe.
3-0.
Now Carolina here. If they get in with 2 wins, which is very unlikely because they've only won 3 maps, so it's very unlikely. They're probably not getting in with 2 wins because they've only won 3 maps. I'm taking Carolina here in a 3-1 fashion against LA Thieves.
Ravens beat
Ooh,
FaZe
shit.
3-2.
That's what the generator had. Tyler
Which, if
Fellow,
they're gonna-
bro.
If they're gonna beat them, it would have to be 3-2 in my opinion.
Yeah, but FaZe's round
damn.
11 record in the CDL history is like
Yeah.
insane. or game 5, not round 11.
I have Thieves 3-2.
Wow. Okay, Zach.
Oh, man, it's hard. Ravens 3-0 beat bop fellow fucking dick on the table.
Damn. Generator.
LA Thieves 3-2.
So we'll go 3-2 Carolina then.
Okay.
Carolina could very well win that, and it's not like completely like outlandish to
No,
think that.
because Thieves is just so mid at every fucking game mode.
Yeah.
And I feel like Carolina Search gets. I feel like the respawn just gets a lot better.
Part of
with
me
Fellow.
having Thieves over Ravens is like, so they've replaced with Fellow so close to the event or their matches. Plus, like I didn't know like TJ.
Are you saying like
Real.
practice wise with Real and Fellow because they've been on and off? Yeah, that
Like
makes
I have
sense.
them going 0-2.
That's fair. All right, Boston Breach versus New York.
Damn.
Boston needs this
some
win
good
to
games this weekend.
guarantee their winners bracket spot at their home major. I'm going Boston Breach 3-1. In New York being 0-2, I don't know how that looks, but I don't like it. But I think Boston comes out, man. It's Preston revenge game, bro. That guy's about to fucking turn up.
I got Subliners 3-1.
That's fair.
Shit.
I like it's
Realistically, I'm with you, but I'm going Boston.
it's a matter of what kind of breach do we get today, and
New York should
Someone-
3-0 bebop them.
I think
No.
Boston can take him out. I think Boston can take him out.
Boston 3-2 round 11. Game 5.
Generator.
Say- Breach 3-1.
We're going Boston game 5 then, baby.
It's like, with like the
But New York's never
The
won a
in-
search, so I feel like they got a 3. Or New York hadn't lost a search until that Toronto series, so I don't know if that. I don't know. I think if Boston wins it, it's got to be 3-1. I think if it goes game 5, like Boston's known to not have ice, but we'll see.
like
Looks like
with
Boston
like
3-2
with
here.
the amount of inconsistencies Breach has, and how consistently strong the Subliners have been. It's like it's hard for me.
My heart is
I
saying
wonder.
Boston. My head is saying New York's 3-0ing them.
Damn.
But
I hope
Yeah.
it's not
Boston
3-0. That
can
would
still
suck.
get in with 2 wins because they've lost a lot of close series. Like they've lost 3-2, they lost 3-1. So like they're not like Carolina who's
Yeah.
only won 3 maps. So and I don't think Vegas is winning against Toronto. So they're
And
gonna have
they've
one
only
win.
been 3-0 once. and that was
Carolina-
against Thieves.
Carolina we got winning 1 game here, so that's them at that's Carolina with 2 wins if they beat Thieves. Minnesota, I don't know what their map count looks like, but I got them going 0-2 this week. So like I think Boston's map record with 2 wins, if they do lose this series, could get them into the winners bracket. They will be 8 seed, probably playing FaZe off the rip, but guess what?
Yeah,
You
have-
still got
yeah,
2
have
games
fun.
at your home major. So ending
Have fun with it.
the first split, of course, random schedule they say. OpTic versus FaZe. I'm going to say, all bias aside, OpTic is going to win this. No, I got FaZe winning 3-1.
I love the boys. I love the boys.
I'm just taking history
I would-
because like
I
last
would
year
love
OpTic
it.
fucking owned FaZe.
I would love it if they come out and it's a banger match. And it's probably still going to be a banger match, but I was going to say FaZe 3-1 as well. I don't know if this series goes game 5 no matter who wins this series.
That's
I don't know
fair.
what is saying that to me, but I feel like either side
I feel it's gonna be the
drop
closest.
one
like,
map.
It's gonna be close as hell, like 3-1. Like I don't
Got
know.
some banger matches, man. OpTic Heretics, Ultra Subliners on Friday.
Boston,
And
New York could be
then
good.
Saturday's
Minnesota, Seattle's underrated.
kind of snoozy.
I don't think
Minnesota
the two
Surge
middle
is gonna be
games-
okay.
Yeah, the two middle games are good. I think LG
Yeah.
Miami and Minnesota Seattle could be good.
Yeah, those are okay. And then Sunday you got, I mean, honestly, all three of those games I'm excited to watch on Sunday.
Oh yeah, for sure. But that
Hell
will.
yeah.
Hey, oh, Abe, sorry. What do you got for this game?
I have FaZe 3-2.
Okay.
Okay.
I think
Generator?
I feel with like OpTic, they're gonna hold. I think they win at least one of the hard points and the control. But FaZe's S&D is just head and shoulders above everybody in my eyes.
Yeah.
Get to game 5, I feel like it's gonna be pretty much automatic. FaZe looks like the most disciplined team amongst everyone in the
They
league,
look disgusting.
and
Mm.
like
Like-
Draws on that. Like Draws went insane this
Oh.
weekend, and I feel like he's gonna have him maybe not a 1.5 like he did in the second match, but he's
Bro, you know FaZe is scary. When was the last time you heard someone be like, "Damn, Celium was pissing"? Nah, bro. Everyone's like, "Yo, Simp is slamming again." Yo, Draza, they picked him up, and you saw. No one's even fucking talking about
I don't
Celium.
even know what MC's fucking stats are. He's probably
It
got a
doesn't.
1.4.
It doesn't.
He probably has a
doesn't-
1.4.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. It's crazy that
Abe's
I
just
feel
on
like
the
I
hunt.
haven't heard anyone really saying
I'm already
anything
looking
about
away. Give
Cell.
me a sec. Give me.
Yeah,
a
I
sec.
haven't
insane,
heard
dude.
anything about
It's
Cell.
just Simp looking the way. It's just
If we're
scary.
looking,
But like I said, OpTic owned FaZe last year. Even with Ghosty, they still owned FaZe. They couldn't get over the LA Thieves hump. He has a 1.4, doesn't he?
his overall KD is a 1.2. His hard points a 1.1. His S&D is a 1.3, and his controls a 1.37.
Yeah, exactly. It's MC.
Bro.
Like,
Bro.
I don't know, but way too early.
Generate-
Major one prediction. I do have OpTic versus FaZe in the final of the major one.
Yeah. Also, Generator OpTic 3-0.
Hey man, if
Damn.
you go off last year, that's a fucking possibility because, like I said, OpTic owned FaZe last year. I think they only lost to him like twice all year, LAN and online. But
Yeah, I mean, definitely the best match out of all of these. In my opinion.
Toronto, New York could be. I think
Toronto's-
Toronto, New York, and
Tor-
those are tied. Those two are like tied.
New York, it's a close one, but
I
the
should-
rivalry between FaZe OpTic.
Yeah, I mean Toronto, New York's building a little rivalry with Scrap calling out Kizzy boy.
Last year,
Well, obviously,
he
Scrap
silenced
was asked about it. He said, "Yeah, I'd rather sleep." I'm like, shut the fuck up, bro.
him.
I love Scrap, bro. But yeah, I think that'll do it. Unless you guys have anything else to say.
I feel like the gap between the top 4 and the rest is gonna get even wider.
Yeah, it's
In my
nuts.
opinion, it's like I was thinking about it today on the toilet, and I was like, I don't know how active you guys are on TikTok.
I don't
but-
use it.
I found myself at like 2 a.m. a couple times on North Sea TikTok, and I don't know if you know anything about the North Sea, but the North Sea is freaking crazy, and that ocean is one deep motherfucker, and the disparity between top 4 and the rest is like as deep as the North Sea. Because
Sure.
you look at like LAG and Heretics and Boston, like, they're outclassed by Toronto, FaZe, OpTic. Like the common denominator, in my opinion, is just like the slaying. Like you look at everyone in the top 4, like those guys are like just outslaying everything.
You got a fucking snake in the North Sea here, bro? What the fuck is that?
Dude, yeah, North Sea is insane. No, go look up some like TikToks. I've been looking at
Hey, I
oil
believe it.
rigs
And I don't
chilling there.
disagree, bro. It's so top heavy. It's like actually insane. Like I don't know the last time we saw such a top heavy COD like this. I really don't.
And they
Like
all
OpTic
and, like,
Dynasty? Like I don't know.
and they all just like outslay. Like if you look at the
Oh,
top
just-
4
yeah,
compared to the rest,
the
they just
slaying is
outslay
insane.
everybody. Exactly. Like some teams might be like in their macro game playing okay, but they're just not like LAG or like LA Thieves cannot get kills to save their lives. Rocker, Ravens, Legion cannot get kills to save their life. You look at everybody in the top 4, like they could just run. They could honestly teams like FaZe could play like I don't know, Ravens, Thieves. They could lose every rotation.
And
a
still
hard
just
one,
break the
and
hill.
still win because they'll just pop a 2-piece and break
Mhm.
it.
It's
And
insane.
that's it. Until those middle of the pack,
what?
bottom
FaZe?
teams fix the sling. It's gonna be rough.
Wasn't FaZe last year like one of the worst rotating teams in the game? They just broke every single fucking
Yeah.
hole.
Well,
Like,
I think that was the same
Yeah,
like
they're-
1-on-1 for
they're-
2019
Yeah.
and like Cold War. They're just like break heavy.
like they just don't rotate, and if they do, they're just like, okay, cool, we got our rotations, guys. Congrats, and then
And,
they
like,
go,
in
all
this
right, we'll be
game-
there in 5 seconds, break the hill, and that's ours. Like,
And
it's
this
insane.
in this game, so you have like we're seeing teams rotate at 40 seconds, and like FaZe is still breaking them.
So
like-
do you think
like-
you'll see a little less on the new? Oh, we didn't even talk about fucking Rio, dude, in Greece. I'm sorry. Add those fucking maps. Stop being lazy, pros, motherfuckers.
Whoa,
Rio's
whoa,
fun.
whoa!
I
Wait
enjoyed
until
Rio.
they can't do anything until after
I
Major
know,
One.
but still, those maps better be in the damn rotation. I don't know who's talking shit about Greece. That map is 1, fun. 2, is colorful. 3, Michael Phelps is nowhere near as bad as he was on fucking Zarqwa Hydroelectrics. So stop complaining about the fucking water. And 4, both maps could probably be used for all 3 modes. That's it. That's my rant on the new maps. Invasion controls ass. Get it fucking out. Terminal is ass. Get it out. Every mode.
Amen.
All right.
Skid Row S&D, pretty bad, but playable. So I don't know if we gotta get that one out. But Rio better be at it for all
Get
3
it out.
modes.
Get it out. Get it out. Or at least move the A bomb.
Hey man, I mean the game's gonna be different
Oh yeah.
post Major One. Maps are gonna change. I mean,
Launch
hard
will
points are gonna
change.
change.
Yeah.
I assume they're not changing for Major One or these
No.
matches.
No. They will not be on this patch until after Major 1.
So also, I was gonna say earlier before you brought up the maps. I mean, let's be honest here. Top 4, they're winning Major One, right?
One of the
Like
top
no
4
one else
teams,
out
yeah.
of the top 4 is winning Major One.
Yeah, I say so. Maybe Heretics if they get a good bracket or LAG, but I don't think
Or
LAG
Breach.
has the Breach.
Yeah, but
maybe
are they
too.
okay? Let's say it's FaZe, even if they came from losers somehow. Like
I can see it.
I
I,
mean,
can
is
see. I can
LAG
see.
icing up and beating FaZe in the finals. Like I don't know.
I could see one. I could see like Miami, LAG, or Boston getting a top 4 or Seattle.
Yeah, I could see top.
It
I could
just
see
depends how
one
the
of top
bracket
4.
goes. Like like OpTic or Toronto, New York. Like one of them's gonna
OpTic,
fall and end up
Toronto,
meeting
New
in
York,
the losers bracket.
FaZe
in, like,
are
top
winning
6.
Major One. I mean, and that's not even like not even like a hot take in any fucking way, shape, or
Mhm.
form. It's just almost a fact at this point. And if that's not a fact, I will be very fucking surprised.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree there.
The only way one of those teams does not win the major is if one of those like dark horse teams we just talked about just eats a ton of Wheaties and wakes up like ready to rock. Or
A ton of Wheaties and,
they're,
like
true animals.
I
ton
mean,
of
they just
Wheaties
gotta
and,
have an
like,
LAG
Ford Ghost
Vanguard,
Energies.
LAG Vanguard fucking event where they just go sicko mode for 5 games and then shit
Yeah.
to bed the rest of the year. I don't know, but I think that'll do it for
But, like-
today's episode. Let's Aves, what you got?
Yeah,
It's
man.
insane. Like the top 4 teams, their map hosts are just infinitely better.
Oh yeah,
So like we can't even say like the middle
it's
of the pack
weird.
teams.
OpTic,
Like you gotta
speaking
get blessed by
about
like the
map
map
pools
set.
though, OpTic's been banning sub base like on it. That's like an auto veto.
This
I
was
don't know.
Boston.
It's just weird. I feel like OpTic would be disgusting at sub base.
Same with Breach.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
It's
definitely
like
odd.
the top 4, like their map hosts just look way better than among the rest. So we can't even say like you know how sometimes like the middle of the pack teams, oh you won the series because you got like a map set and somewhat in your favor. Like that's not.
It's like no, it's like the bottom
know.
teams. If you don't get your maps, you're not winning.
Yeah, and but like take the bottom like 3 teams and then move it up to like 6
Mhm.
through 12. Like the map set, like their map pools are just like and almost.
Yeah, they're not good. But we will see what happens the final weekend of Major 1. Very excited to watch it. And the next weekend we have the Major.
Yeah,
so
man.
that will be lit. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Follow the stream at twitch.tv/the main menu live. Watch the YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. Drop a like, subscribe, all that jazz. Podcast on streaming, Spotify. I believe it's on Apple now. I didn't know it wasn't, but I think I fixed that. It's also on like Amazon Podcast, or the fuck that is. I don't even know I didn't know that existed, but
Amazon.
it's on like 5 other things. But I really only keep track of Spotify and iTunes, so and YouTube. But yeah, drop a follow, leave a review if you have any thoughts,
Sure
and
thing.
we will catch you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Yo,